Nickel Shankel Roofing. We're out here at the St. Pierre residence. State Farm has issued a scope to repair all the metals on the roof. So what we're gonna do is assess if we can complete the repair with a repairability test. We have to do this because of Building Code 102.2 subsection 4, which says we can't alter or lower the roof's performance upon any repair. Specifically in this situation, we have to reference chapter 6 of the Building Code, which says we can't reuse aggregate surface materials. So when you have a piece of chalk. When we're replacing the valleys, which I don't know if you can tell, run here, they run all the way underneath the shingles to there. We actually have to remove a whole entire row of shingles on both sides in order to get the valley out because they're nailed through. And obviously the shingles are on top of them. So to do that, we have to remove all these shingles, and we can't reinstall them because of chapter 6, the Virginia existing building code says you can't reuse aggregate surface materials. So what we're gonna do is assess the repairability via a tie-in. So what I'm gonna do is pull a shingle out that's near the valley. I'm gonna pull this shingle out. I'm gonna see when removing the shingle, what that does to the shingles around it. And also in this process, I'm gonna determine when I reinstall the shingle, if the patch job fails or if it passes and if it's repairable or not. So I'm gonna get started now. I gotta use a manufacturer approved roofing flat bar. So I have a Milwaukee roofing flat bar and then just a regular roofing hammer to complete the repair. Ooh, the roof is hot. That shingle's already popped up. All right, now that I broke all the seals, I'm gonna pull the nails out, get the shingle out, and then we'll stop and evaluate and see what happened. Ooh, it's freaking hot. think I got all the nails out. Nope, one more somewhere. All right, got the shingle out. Let me get the chalk back. I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer. Just by removing the shingle, you can see the material transfer is really bad in all the spots I'm underlining. What that means is there's a lot underneath here, but I don't want to manipulate the shingles too much. But what that means is that the new shingle, wherever on the roof that we're going to patch in, the shingle below it and the shingles above it, when we break the seals, the sealant's actually sticking to the shingle, not the shingle that it was put on from the factory, but the other shingle. You got holes there, it's never gonna reseal. So that right there is already saying the repair is failing because your wind rating is completely gone, and that violates chapter 1 of the Virginia Existing Building Code. So the next thing that we'll do now that we've determined that is I'll reinstall the shingle with the roofing hammer and roofing nails. I have to install the shingle or insert the fasteners in the nail zone, which is a little tiny chalk line, and they have to be perpendicular to the shingle, so they can't go in slanted, they can't be high nailed, they can't be low nailed. So I'm going to do that right now. Should have put the nails in my front pocket. Trying to dig these freaking nails out. Some hair from you. Yeah, I should have done that. Too late. Alright, second row. All right, we're good. Get the chalk. All right, I re-nailed the shingle. Now at this point, we're gonna move over a little bit to the left while keeping that in the frame. We're gonna call this our control. So I'm just gonna take my hand and I'm gonna wipe it along the top of my control, right next to where we just did the simulated repair. As you can see, the roof's losing granules when I do that, but nothing excessive of what would be normal wear. So there's like some patches here and here, but nothing crazy. Now when we come back over to where we just did the repair and I do the exact same thing, you can see now that there's a heavy crease line along the top of the shingle on every single shingle that we manipulated. Going back to chapter 1 of the building code, 102.2, subsection 4, we can't impede the roof's performance while completing a repair. Not only is the shingle never going to reseal, but now that it's creased, it's lost its structural integrity and therefore its functionality. So we have a lower wind rating, a lower life expectancy, and overall lower performance of the roof. So this would be considered a fail. And again, we're at the St. Pierre residence for State Farm on Valley Metal only scope. This roof's going to need to be fully replaced. Thanks for your time.